Hey, what's up everyone? So in a previous video, I highlighted a very large bus shelter size French poster promoting the first season of the Tartakovsky micro series from 2003 on Cartoon Network. A beautiful print, one of my favorite, to me almost an essential EU image, an essential EU promo poster. And I also talked in that video about how I've got that in a smaller, more reasonable size and actually be framed. And I also talked about how it's part of a series of 3. Well, the one that's sort of partially framed, it is framed, it's somewhat archived in another part of the house, so I didn't want to drag it out, but I wanted to show you guys the other 3 in addition to the larger range of some official promo posters related to the overall micro series, both its sort of TV release and home video release. Here we have the second poster in this series. And again, I'll put a link to that previous video so you can just get a sense of what sort of the first poster looks like and how it sort of relates sort of artistically and narratively and everything to these next 2 here. As a refresher, the tagline for the first was something like, the micro series begins, right? Sort of a play on kind of, begin the Clone Wars have. And here we have the micro series continues, right? Because this is essentially sort of, part 2, right, in the overall release. Great image, great colors, really pops, particularly outside of this protective backing bag. But really cool, right? Here we go, Lucasfilm Cartoon Network, of course. And I'll show you number 3, and I'll put it alongside so you can see both of them together. Volume 2. Always really weird. There's like technically kind of like 3 sort of spurts of this show, but there's like 2 volumes, 2 DVDs. Always a little sort of funky, right? But the revenge begins. Pretty cool to see. A much darker image, both narratively and just even again in terms of the color palette. So you really sort of get this poster is doing a lot of work sort of narratively, right? But again, seeing these 2 together, really beautiful. Seeing them all 3 together is fantastic. For me, again, I love this show and I love these promotional materials and this poster and this artwork so much. They are, for me, absolute sort of top 10 essential EU posters, EU images. Just absolutely love this stuff. But let's talk about some of the other promotional posters that were released as part of this, these number of years from 2003 to 2005 promoting both the show and the home video release. Here's an official poster, a very odd size, which is why it seems sort of too tiny for this backing bag and backing board. I think it's something like, is it something like 18.5 by something, making it just slightly too big to put in normal sort of portfolios or other sorts of, top loader, anything you'd normally use to, even normal frames or anything you would use to sort of keep this safe. I had to put in this sort of cartoonishly large bag and board here. But I remember the first time I saw this, looked like Munilus to me, never looked into it further. This is just, in my mind, it's always the Munilus poster. But pretty cool. Again, Clone Wars, Obi-Wan, Anakin, Clone Troopers, Cartoon Network, StarWars.com, co-branded, Hyperspace. Oh, cool print. Not super difficult to still find. It's out there if you know what to look for. Here we go. Another poster kind of in the series of Anakin, looking a little darker. And who is that lurking in the back? Might be Vader, right? Interesting. Again, Star Wars, Clone Wars, Cartoon Network, Lucasfilm. And oddly, this is like a different size than that. This is a bit more theatrical size, about 27 by 40. But that's kind of cool in a way because of these next few, which are specifically promoting the home video release, which are also 27 by 40, which to me, I actually think is kind of cool because in a way, I feel like 27 by 40 is a sort of a theatrical movie poster. It's a traditional size for movie posters, 27 by 40 or 27 by 41. And it gives this a certain sort of, gravitas, right? It's not just this thing that was relegated to TV shows and these sort of little spurts, right? This is the DVD release of an important part of the Star Wars saga. So, for the first time on DVD, March 22nd, Clone Wars Volume 1, as seen on Cartoon Network. And poster for the video release of Volume 2. Volume 2 here, once again, as seen on Cartoon Network for the first time on DVD, December 2005. So pretty cool stuff. Is there anything else? Well, I'll leave this for a future video. That's some video game posters. But 1.2, just to quickly show you something that's a little smaller in size, but just to show you how far this goes. This here, which looks a lot like this, obviously, Volume 1, Star Wars, Clone Wars, but a different sort of tagline down here. The saga continues for Star Wars fans everywhere on DVD, May 9th. This is from the UK, so that's one reason why I have it, right? It's slightly different, obviously, slightly different sort of tagline, but same image. But again, it's a variant, it's from a different country, so of course I had to have it. Now, what's interesting about this is also kind of a weird size. I think it's something like 18.5 by something, which means, again, really difficult to find frames or backing boards or top loaders to sort of easily fit this, right? I've actually seen in a number of instances sellers selling shorter versions of this, which seem like a variant of this itself, a UK variant of this over here. But what I think has happened is they've basically just like cut off the bottom part there so that it would more easily fit in whatever frames they had. And I also think, because this is an in-store promotional poster, what I think a number of UK shop retailers did was basically cut this off after May 9th, maybe even years after this home video release, so that it just looked more like just like a broad promo rather than something confusing to sort of consumers wondering if this is something brand new. But anyway, just to sort of a run through of a number of the official promo posters related to Clone Wars, the TV show, the ongoing saga, and the home video release. Many more posters to come.